Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, I'll be explaining why you should buy this book called Battle of Jericho. What is this book? This book is a book made by Sharon M. Draper. In this book, Jericho, Josh, Kofi, Dana, Ariel, and November are in this friend group. This elite club, known as the Warriors of Distinction, offered Josh, Jericho, and Kofi to join the club. However, Dana sneakily gets into the joining process, which would make her the first female Warrior of Distinction. As the challenges to join the elite club become more and more questionable, Eddie clearly becomes the antagonist. Throughout the book, Jericho and the gang wonder if joining the is even worth it. Jericho also manages to get along with Ariel, but you have to buy the book yourself to find out if they get into the club and if Ariel sticks with Jericho. Characters. The characters in this book are very interesting and well developed. There are even side characters that are giving background information to make you connect to them. For example, a side character, Eric, who's the guy in the wheelchair, is disabled. However, there are many things uh, revealed about him, like how he became paralyzed and how he actually hates being paralyzed despite him saying, "Oh, I'm fine" all the time. Most other books, like the Harry Potter books, spend little time on the side characters. For example, we don't know the same amount of information about the defense against the dark arts teacher as we do about Eric in the book Battle of Jericho, despite Harry Potter books being much longer. Another side character we see developed is Mr. Boston. He is a math teacher and not a chemistry teacher. He is very skeptical about the Warriors of Distinction. We get to take a look at his childhood, and he had a very similar experience to Jericho. Mr. Boston and all of the other juniors in his old basketball team were forced to go outside without clothes on. Kofi is the next character, Kofi, is actually a main character, and he is actually very well developed in an ominous way. In the book, we never get to see Kofi's parents except for in the end. Kofi's parents never cared nor seemed to care about Kofi at all until the very end. For example, when Jericho's dad, who is a police officer, blares his police siren outside of Kofi's house, his parents never come out, despite the entire neighborhood coming out. Another reason why you should buy this book is foreshadowing. Remember how I skipped to this slide? Foreshadowing? Hee hee ha. This book does foreshadowing very well because of the various instances where it's used. For example, the team Mr. Boston played on eventually got found out by the police. The same happened to the Warriors of Distinction. Most stories would build up suspense for something that already happened or is already foreshadowed. However, this book never built suspense for anything that was already revealed. Another thing that was foreshadowed was the beginning of the book. We get to see pages 200 to 203 before the story starts as a sort of a prologue. In this book, one assumes that this will happen at the end. However, since it happens 3/4 of the way through, it creates surprise, which is hard to do with foreshadowing. Only good authors who write good books can do this. There's a global in this issue in this book that I believe was done extremely well. This global issue is generally politics and power. However, more specifically, women's rights. There's actually literature type devices that help explain these global issues. For example, the book says, "The room was filled with hot, tense anger." This is clearly imagery because it describes the room. The context of this quote is that Jericho, Josh, Dana, and November were arguing why there are no women in the Warriors of Distinction. This literary device showed the result of such a topic and how it is such a big issue, so big that it could be a global issue. Hee hee ha, please laugh. Another example of how the author represents this global issue using literary devices is actually the cover. The literary device used is illusion. The Battle of Jericho is actually a biblical event where a spy is helped by a woman called Rahab. When the town Rahab was living in was conquered, all the villagers were slaughtered except for Rahab's family. In the book, Dana was treated specially because she was a woman. In the Bible, Rahab was treated specially because she was a woman. And no other book would use literary devices this well than this book. So that's an amazing reason why you should buy this. Anyways, looks like we're nearing 6 minutes, so make sure to click on the link in the description to buy the book or scan the QR code. And anyways, stay sharp. I'll see you all next time.